Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look real fast at the moves Geomancy as well as Oblivion WIng. I already made a video a little bit earlier about the new events where those moves kinda got announced. And now we actually have these stats in the game files as well. And as you're going to see here right now, the Geomancy going to be a fast move with a power of 4, the duration turn of 2 and the energy delta of 13, which is kinda not true because duration turns in the Game Master is 1 below what it actually is. So 2 turns duration is actually 3 turns in game. 0 turns would be like a 1 turn move. So turns here plus 1, just make sure about this. So it's a 3 turn fast move like your rollout, which is the closest one to it. It's actually a rollout before the recent buff of it, which is interesting. So we're gonna take a look at this as well. And then we're going to have Oblivion WIng, an energy delta of 50, so it has 50 energy that it needs to get to the move, as well as a power output of 85, which is going to make it a little bit better as, for example, the moves before. Let's take a look at real quick at the moves and some comparison. We're going to have here the move Geomancy. I forgot to make the G a capital letter, but I think you're going to be okay with that. And now we're going to compare to other things. Here, for example, rollout. This is now getting buffed this season. Like, rollout got 1 more damage this season. Basically, it is a rollout from the season prior. So it's going to generate the same amount of energy, which is quite a bit, and definitely better than tackle. But of course, you're going to have a little bit of a lower damage output with this compared to tackle. So you're going to be able to charge faster, but you're going to also not do as much damage, even though it's going to be stab. It's also a 3-turn move versus a 1-turn move. 1-turn moves are usually preferred for it. But Geomancy is going to be very decent, as you're going to see. I think if they did any like higher than this in any kind of stat, I think they would have kind of screwed over the Master League meta. You're going to see it as well. It's still going to be a great upgrade. I'm not too sure about Oblivion WIng. It's going to be a flying type move for the Yveltal, which is going to be a very interesting one. But I feel like you might want to change the moveset a little bit with Yveltal than if you want to run Oblivion WIng. Right now you're going to run usually Dark Pulse and Focus Blast together with Snarl. And as you're going to see now as well, you might want to change the moveset up a little bit. Here we're going to actually go into the Ultra League first, having the moves compared to each other. First one is going to be Tackle and then Geomancy for the Xerneas, and then we're going to have the standard moveset on Yveltal compared to Oblivion WIng. For the Ultra League, we're going to see already, for the Xerneas, you're actually going to be able to do a lot more damage against a lot of fighter Pokemon and just going to be able to generate energy faster, which is going to make quite a few matchups a little bit better for you, even though it's not really the meta for it. While for the Yveltal, you're going to lose actually some matchups because you just don't have the coverage anymore. You don't have the Focus Blast coverage, which was very nice for all the Steel-type Pokemon, which are going to lose your matchups against something like the Dubwool or the Galarian Stunfisk, but giving you some access to moves that are going to hit the Virizion a little bit easier. So yeah, Ultra League is mostly not where people are really going to run it, other than I do, but for the Master League, which we're going to take a look at as well here right now, here we're going to have the same comparison again, and you're going to see something a little bit different here, and something that kind of scares me. We're going to see here right now how strong Xerneas is going to be with this move. Xerneas is now all of a sudden going to be able to just generate so much more energy, which is going to make it so better in general. Being able to have great coverage as well. You have Close Combat, you have Moonblast, like 2 super strong moves. You have even Mega Horn if you want to have some funny coverage, or even Giga Impact, but Thunder actually gives you some coverage as well. So you could even run it like this. Going to give you more coverage against something like Lugia, which you're going to see as well, going to make this matchup a little bit easier. But of course, you kind of want to have your stab move usually, so definitely the best moveset will be Close Combat, the Geomancy, and the Moonblast. Definitely a great upgrade format. But if we take a look at the Yveltal, we see that this Pokemon doesn't really get that crazy of a negative effect of it, other than against the Alga. And there's where I feel like, if you want to run Snarl, I feel like Focus Blast is still going to be the best one, just because you're going to be able to generate energy very fast. You can go for the Focus Blast just to knock out those Steel-type Pokemon. But you could do it some differently. Here, I feel like you could also run the Gust as a variant there, run Oblivion WIng with it and Dark Pulse with it, which will allow you to do a lot of neutral damage for like flying type moves. And then you see, for example, you would be able to beat some Xerneas. Here, this is still the Tackle Xerneas, so it might be a little bit different for Geomancy. Let me actually take a look at this one as well. If you would go for Geomancy here, they most likely be able to... Okay, it's there it is. They're most likely going to be able to still knock you out. Yeah, with Geomancy, it's going to be a worse matchup there in general. But yeah, there's going to be definitely an interesting option for it. I feel like it's not better than Focus Blast. I feel like Focus Blast is just better coverage for this Pokemon. they could have done it a little bit better, could have gave it like some different effects or whatever, for example like boosting its defense, because in the main series games it was basically giving it back some health, which you then for example had with Drain Punch as well, where it just got a defense buff. I wish that they're going to change this a little bit before it gets released, because right now it doesn't really seem like it gives a lot of different matchups for it. But let's take a look at the two-shade scenario, which is usually for me the most interesting one, and let's take a look on what the Xerneas can do here. Definitely a huge upgrade for this Pokemon. I guess a little bit of an upgrade for Yveltal as well, but like, it not really, to be fair. Like, it's not really an upgrade, as you're going to be able to not beat the Dialga or like the Melmetal anymore here. But for Xerneas, definitely the big winner of it, because before it only had Tackle, which already made it a fairly decent Pokemon. But like this, it's going to be one of the strongest Pokemon for the Open Master League. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also, check out the videos that you're going to see right now on the screen. There's also the update for the upcoming season, so check that one out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.